Are you learning motion design but your animations still feel off? Maybe it looks janky, rushed, or just doesn't click the way pro work does. In this video, I'll walk you through the biggest mistakes new motion designers make and how to actually fix them. And I can talk about them because I made these mistakes as well. And here's the truth about motion design. Cool motion doesn't come from cool movement. It comes from smart, clear design. And good motion design is communication first, decoration second. If the motion doesn't support the message or the story, then it's just noise. So mistake number one, jumping into animation too soon. When I first got into motion design, I just wanted to make things move. I'd open After Effects, grab some assets and start dragging things around. The result? A lot of wasted time, frustration, and clunky animation. And this happened because I was excited. I wanted to make cool stuff. But without planning, I was just guessing. So what I should have done is I should have started with a storyboard. Even rough stick figures are fine. I cannot draw to save my life, but I don't need to make a good storyboard. Next, I should have thought in sequences. What happens first, what happens after that, and so on. And also use animatics. Rough timing with stills or even text and blocks in the timeline helps see flow early. You should treat storyboarding like outlining an essay. Once you've got a clear idea of the structure, the animation becomes way easier and way faster. Storyboarding, style frames, animatics are not optional. They're your insurance against wasting time and losing direction. Pre-production is where the magic and clarity starts. The next mistake is relying on animation to fix bad design. This is a big one. You might think motion can save a bad layout or ugly colors. It can't. If the design doesn't work when it's still, it will not work when it moves. Motion design is graphic design first. Animation just adds time. So here's how to fix it. Study design fundamentals. Focus on typography, on contrast, on layout, hierarchy, balance, negative space, and so on. You could also recreate static layouts. Pause great motion pieces and rebuild their design in Photoshop or Figma. No animation, just the layout. You could also ask, will this work as a poster? If the answer is no, then you need to fix it before you animate. Here's a quick test that you can use. Put your design in grayscale. If it's hard to read or unbalanced, you know that motion won't help it. Mistake number three, bad timing and spacing. Most beginner animations feel either too fast or too sharp or just kinda chaotic. Why? Because you're placing keyframes close together without thinking about rhythm. Here's the rule. Good motion has space to breathe. Just like music has beats, animation needs timing. So, use easing, always. Flat, linear movement feels robotic. So you definitely need to learn the graph editor. This is where you shape how things move. Learn the difference between ease in and ease out, from Bezier handles, overshoot, anticipation, all of the 12 principles of animation. So you need to study real world motion. The classic example is the bouncing ball, but you can also check out UI movement, dialogue pacing, and so on. Remember, fast isn't better, clear is better. Let moments land. Let motion finish before starting the next. Another mistake is having messy project files. Now, my After Effects projects were chaos. No naming conventions, missing assets, no structure. Chaos. But a messy project slows you down and hurts your future self. And I get it, you're moving fast, you're experimenting, and organizing feels, well, boring. But you need to treat every project like it might be handed off to somebody else. So here's what you need to do. Name your comps clearly, use folders for assets, pre-comps, and renders, color code layers so you can navigate quickly, and always label your layers as Ben Marriott says. Treat your project like a workspace. If it's clean, you'll work faster and with less stress. The next mistake is ignoring audio until the very end. Now this one, I have to admit, it kind of sneaks up on you. You animate everything and then drop in the music, and nothing lines up. It just feels off. It's because you're thinking of motion design as a visual thing, but it's also about sound. So you need to bring in your music early. Even if it's a temp track, just use that and animate to the beat or around the rhythm. You could use sound cues to time transitions or emphasize a certain thing. Even simple animations feel way better when they sync with audio. It adds life and clarity. The next mistake is overcomplicating simple projects. It's tempting to go full cinema mode on every client job. I once made a 10-second animation with particle effects with a 3D camera move and lens flares, and it was a simple app logo. And guess what? The client hated it. All they wanted was clean and readable. So what I should have done was ask what the goal is from the get-go. Is it clarity? Is it energy? Is it emotion? Don't just add effects to show off. Sometimes a well-timed fade is all you need. Pro work is not about looking cool. It's about solving the problem beautifully. Simplicity wins. A clean, clear 10-second explainer can be more effective than a 2-minute visual overload. Another mistake, avoiding feedback until the very end. I used to work in a vacuum. I spent hours perfecting an animation before showing it to anyone. Then I get hit with the, well, can we try a different direction? And I would have to redo everything from scratch. Yes, we want to impress, but feedback is a part of the process. It's not something to avoid. So fix it early by sharing your storyboard, your animatic. Make sure to ask questions up front and show rough animation passes just to check in. Feedback early means less stress later on. And it also builds trust with your clients and your collaborators. Now, this is a mistake I think we're all guilty of. Comparing yourself to experts too much. You scroll through Behance or YouTube and everything looks amazing. And then you look at your own stuff and feel stuck. And I get it. But remember, you're seeing their highlights, not their learning process. So here's what you need to focus on instead. Look at their early work if you can. Watch breakdowns or process reels. Study how they did what they did. And ask, what one skill did they master to get to this level? You don't have to be the best. You just have to be better than you were yesterday, last week, last month, and last year. Inspiration is fuel, but comparison is poison. So focus on growth over perfection. Your style and speed will evolve with every frame you animate. And speaking of which, here's another mistake, trying to learn everything at once. Now, in the beginning, I wanted to do it all. 2D, 3D, cell, motion graphics, UI, character rigs, everything. And I ended up overwhelmed, confused, and honestly burned out. If that's you, what you need to do is pick one focus. Maybe it's 2D explainer videos or typography animation. Go deep on that for 3 to 6 months, and then explore other areas after you've built a strong foundation. What you could do is try mini exercises. For example, animate a logo 3 different ways, or make 3 different transitions between the same 2 scenes. Animate 5 words using only scale and opacity. Mastery comes from depth, not just variety. Master one thing at a time, and sometimes the best thing for your motion work is stepping away for a bit. Your eyes and brain need that rest too. Okay, that was a lot, but if you're still here, that means you're serious about getting better. So drop a comment letting me know where you are in your motion design journey. And just remember, motion design takes time, but you get better with every single project. And if you want to know the killer questions you should ask your clients before starting on a new project, watch this video next.